Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Marvelous Minute. This is our weekly broadcast program that covers important information and valuable resources so you can make great choices in all of those things you need to purchase in your life. Today we're going to cover the 4 ways that you can lose your home. Number 1, most popular way that people think about losing their home is in the unlikely event of fire. And so the solution there would be having a homeowner's insurance policy. Additionally to fire, however, that same homeowner's policy offers wind damage, hail damage, aircraft damage, riot, civil commotion, vandalism, various other extended coverages that you want to review with your insurance professional. A rather important coverage that is highly popular these days because of the litigious society that we live in is the liability coverage that comes on your homeowner's policy. So make sure that you check that. If you're only hovering around $100,000 of liability coverage, did you know that for an extra $20 a year you can have $300,000 of liability coverage? So that's something important to look at and review with your insurance professional. So the first way you can lose your home is with homeowner's insurance. The second way that you can lose your home is if the breadwinner or breadwinners in the family have an untimely death. Just this past Friday night, there was a 24-year-old couple standing still on the interstate in traffic with an 18-wheeler that never saw them, rear-ended them, and they both lost their lives. So in your family, let's say you have a $150,000 home and it was you in your family and perhaps sadly your spouse as well that was in that vehicle, then we need coverage so that we can have that $150,000 available so that the bereaved spouse, if there is left one, has an opportunity to continue to pay the mortgage and live in his or her own world that they were originally in before this great devastation occurred. So number 1, you can lose your home in homeowner's insurance. Number 2, as I just explained, you can lose your life, then not be able to pay for the mortgage, and so as a result you would need life insurance coverage for that. The third way that you can lose your home, and we see this sadly, the foreclosures now, roughly about half of all foreclosures on homes right now are occurring because of disability. So if you're hurt and can't work and need disability coverage, then that disability income policy would pay you a monthly amount. I had an individual that had a $1,200 monthly note. He ended up with back surgery and we paid $1,200 a month, I think for 36 to 40 months. And he constantly reminds me of how grateful he was to us that we educated him on the importance of having disability income in place. So number 1, you can lose your home to homeowners. You can lose your home to fire and need homeowners insurance. Number 2, you can lose your life and need life insurance to provide that income. And number 3, if you become disabled, you can have a disability income policy that will pay you monthly, and that way you can keep your home. Sadly, the fourth way has become, it used to not be so necessary, but now all across America, I'm seeing the need for flood insurance. Now, hear me out, people. No matter where you live and no matter what real estate agent that you talk to, all of you are in a flood zone. Well, no, Marvin, I live in Colorado. It's not going to flood here. Really? Did you see the Colorado floods last summer in places that it had never flooded before? You can't go on that anymore. And so if you're in a good elevation, then that's even more reason you should buy that flood insurance coverage. Why? Because it's going to be less expensive. So remember, if you're buying just homeowners insurance and you're not buying a life insurance policy, a disability income policy, and a flood insurance policy, there's still exposure that you can lose your home. So that's today's message. I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you good buying decisions and great education on what the right practices and the right policies should be in place, because you don't want to be caught at a time needing coverage and realizing you don't have it. I'm Marvin LeBlanc, and I appreciate your attention. Take care.